Good morning, Facebook friends. I wanted to come to you with my second video blog, and the title for this one is called Looking at the Bigger Picture. And the reason why I wanted to come at you with this one is because it's really heavy on me, and I've really been thinking about it a lot for the past week after I created the first one. And I say looking at the bigger picture because I think that there's a lot of us that do not look at the bigger picture. And in many instances, in many occasions, we look at the short term rather than the long term of what could become or what could be. And, if you're that person that's trying to lose weight, look at the bigger picture. If you're that person that's, still looking for a job, look at the bigger picture. If you're that person that's, wanting to be a champion, look at the bigger picture. Everything that you're doing right now to pursue that goal, no matter what it is, you have to look at the bigger picture. Nothing in life will last long if it's immediately, if you get instant gratification from it. It just doesn't, and you're going to have to go through some things in order to have a different type of outlook on life, and what I mean by that outlook, I mean by you being even more humble about where you were to where you got to, and the struggle that what you were going to the relaxing life that you may have now. And there's a lot of us who are still going through that struggle, that you don't know how to look at that bigger picture. And I understand that it's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. If it was easy, no one would have any problems ever, but we have problems in order to create a different type of character within ourselves. We go through problems in order to rise us up, not to keep us down. And a lot of people, for example, think that they know me, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. Okay. I used to live on the south side of Oklahoma City, and I wanted to go to a better school for myself than Oklahoma City Public Schools. So, I got one of my friends who lived in Moore to use their address for me to be able to go to a Moore public school. And when I did that, I didn't know what I was going to go through in order for that to happen. It was just something that I wanted for myself so I could get the best education for myself. Now, granted, you got to remember, I'm a teenager at this time. I'm a teenager that loved lifting weights. People would come over to my house and knock on my door and asked if they could see what I look like, because I rarely went outside and played, and I was always lifting, and I got that opportunity to go to school and more to get a better education. But with that, one of my friends moved out of their house to a different location in Moore. And even though I was going to Moore High School, I had no choice, because I had no vehicle, that they said, "Darrell, you can stay here." And when they said, "Darrell, you can stay here," they weren't talking about their new house. They were talking about their old house. So they left a couch there for me. And every day I would get up and I would wear the same clothes to school. And day after day, after I hung out with my guy friends, that's where I would go back and sleep night after night. And all I could think to myself whenever I would go back to that house was looking at the bigger picture. Looking at where I could be, even though I know that right now it's temporary. Things are going to get better. I'm not going to always go through this struggle that I'm going through right now. Even though I may have implemented that upon myself, because I could have went to an Oklahoma City public school, but that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to better myself. And on cold nights, a lot of times I would be hanging out on my friends' patios until they got home whether it be snowing or whatever it may be, until my friends got home and let me in. And their mom or dad would come in the room and cover me up with their comforter, and, you know, off to school we would go. You know, I'm one of those type of people that I like to keep my problems to myself, you know, but I found my passion and my way out of what I was going through weightlifting. You know, I went through a lot of sacrifice in order to be able to make that happen. You know, it took a lot of years. I'm 42 now. I started that journey when I was 19 years old. You know, I've gone through hell and back, to be quite frank. But now I look at where I'm at right now on this video, being able to talk to you all about things that I've gone through and being able to admit it openly. You know, it was a struggle then, but now I'm at a better place. You know, and I wish other people that is looking at this video right now could do the exact same thing for themselves. That no matter where you are at right now, if you keep trying and you want it bad enough, you will end up at a better place no matter what. That's if you want it bad enough. And life isn't always going to be a struggle if you keep trying. You know, because if you don't go through any struggle, you won't be any more humbler about your life when you do make it, or when you do get that weight off, or when you become super successful, whatever it may be. You know, I'm here today because I enjoy changing people's lives, and I want them to understand that, you know what, my muscles isn't everything. I worked my ass off for it. You know, I stay covered up for a reason because I'm humble about what I've done, and I feel safe behind my clothes. And there were so many times that I didn't have the ability to have nice things, or to be able to do what I'm able to do right now, but I'm doing it. And I want you to be able to do the same thing by looking at yourself in the mirror and going like, you know what? I may be struggling right now getting my weight off. I may be struggling with my job and know that I need a new job. But you know what? If you stay positive, the outcome is going to become greater. If you think in a negative way, you're going to stay in the same position. And life does not work any different than that. And I want to leave this morning with something that I think you will totally understand when you read it. So I hope that you have a great morning. I hope that you understand my message. And no matter what you're going through right now, keep trying your best to become greater, okay? Because it doesn't always have to be bad.